All right. Welcome everyone on this beautiful harvest moon night.
Mm,
And we have all gathered here for our nature healing, and it's going to be a little bit different tonight. I'll still share some slides and some moon and harvest moon festival information. And then Megan will guide us through a harvest moon ceremony.
mm,
And then we'll have a bit of sharing. And with whatever time remains, we'll just sit together in silence and absorb the power and bounty of this time of year. So
mm,
I invite us all to find our comfortable positions, seated, standing, lying down, whatever feels good. And I will share my screen. And before I share my screen, I want to invite us all to soften. I know when we gaze at the moon and we see the moonlight, there's this softening effect that happens around the moon. And I want to connect into that kind of little bit of blurring that can happen as we move into our evening together. All right. Oops. So, as we do, we will begin with Dr. Pong's 8 verses. And we're all in our comfortable postures and just allow the lower body to root down, growing heavier and sinking to the earth, the spine straightening, the chin tucking, and the crown of the head lifting up as we receive Dr. Pong's 8 verses. Head touches sky, feet stand on earth, body relaxes, and the mind expands. Be respectful and quiet. Mind is clear and appearance is humble. No distracting thoughts. Mind expands into infinite space. Feel the mind shining into the body deeply and inwardly. Entire body is harmonized with chi. Harmonized with chi. The harvest moon occurs closest to the autumnal equinox. It typically appears in September, but this year falls in October because October's full moon is closer to the autumnal equinox than September's full moon was. So it's later this year than normal, which is an interesting experience for all of us. And when this happens, so when the harvest moon does fall in October, the September full moon becomes a corn moon, as corn is often harvested during this time. 18 years between 1970 and 2050 experienced October harvest moons. The last was in 2020, and the next is in 2028. On average, October harvest full moons arrive every 3 years, though the timing varies with as much as 8 years between. So most of the time we're experiencing these harvest moons in September. And the harvest moon is one of only 2 moons linked to an astronomical event, the equinox in this case, rather than tied to one specific month. The other astronomical moon is the hunter's moon, which follows the harvest moon in either October or November. And during the harvest and hunter's moons, the time between sunset and moonrise is shorter than normal, with the moon rising at nearly the same time each evening for 3 consecutive nights. And this year we are experiencing these 3 nights from October 5th to October 7th, which is tonight. And these early moonrises offer harvesters and hunters additional moonlight to aid winter preparations. And many people believed that this was a gift because it allowed hunters, harvesters to have that little bit of extra light to prepare for the challenging months ahead. During the harvest and let's see. Okay, so The October harvest full moon is also the first of this year's three supermoons. These supermoons occur at the moon's perigee or closest point to Earth, appearing larger and brighter than typical full moons, especially at moonrise or moonset. So we're experiencing that with this moon, and we will with November and December's moons as well. While autumn is a time of harvest, the space between the harvest and hunter's full moons also provides a window to plant alliums, such as onions and garlic, and perennial as well as other cold requiring seeds. So many gardeners are planting in this next month. And with fall planting, seedlings have time to settle, establish roots, and rest as autumn moves into the cold dormancy of winter. Once the warm temperatures of spring arrive, the underground growth gives way to sprouts. Ceremonies and celebrations timed around the harvest moon occur the world over. Many of these traditions connect with the harvest's atmosphere of abundance and gratitude as the season shifts from growth to rest, encouraging preparation for winter and reflection on the quiet to follow. In Europe, festivals filled with singing and bonfires signal the last full moon before October's end. And the Celts used the harvest moon to mark the time before Samhain and considered it a blessing, celebrating with large parties of singing, dancing, and libations. Hmm. And as we go through all of these slides, just allow the beauty of all of the slides to kind of soak into our beings. Native American harvest moon traditions vary across tribes, though many share themes of gratitude, community, reflection, and honoring the Earth's cycles. The full harvest moon marked the peak of gathering crops like corn, squash, beans, and wild rice. This peak harvest time brought ceremony, storytelling, dancing, moon songs, ritual offerings, and giving thanks to the bounty of the land, as well as seeking guidance, healing, and clarity. Here are a few examples of African harvest moon traditions. In the Akan culture, the harvest moon is associated with Asaseya, the earth goddess who nurtures and sustains crops and life. In Yoruba, harvest celebrations honor the river goddess Ocean. Dancing, singing, and rituals fill these festivities as the people honor the goddesses and the harvest while also seeking blessings. In Zulu traditions, rituals during the harvest moon involve honoring ancestors and reinforcing community bonds. The Zulu view the harvest not just as a material blessing, but as a sacred moment to honor those who came before and to maintain harmony between the living and the ancestral realm. The Mid-Autumn Festival or Moon Festival is a major harvest celebration across East and Southeast Asia, centered around the full harvest moon. These festivals honor the moon's role in bringing harmony and renewal. Families gather to celebrate with meals, joyful games, and eating mooncakes. And we see mooncakes pictured here. And mooncakes are dense, sweet, baked or steamed pastries with lotus seed paste or a bean paste, and they are typically enjoyed with tea and are often prepared as gifts to friends and family. Other moon festival traditions include lighting lanterns and moon viewing. So people would find choice places from which to gaze upon the moon. The Moon Festival offers a sacred time to honor and appreciate the past, celebrate the present, and bless the future. This is the final slide in this harvest moon sharing. And I love this image because it's a little bit blurry and it reminds me of that softening that I mentioned earlier and allowing the energy of this time of year to come in as the darkness begins to increase. And as we gaze at this image and we have this beautiful harvest full moon fire and the moon blessing us from above, I imagine we're all gathered here around this beautiful space. And together we enter into ceremony and celebration, giving gratitude for the bounty that's come, letting go of what needs to be released, and planting seeds, which we can all do together here in this beauty. So I'll stop the share. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Beautiful. Yeah, I was also really feeling us in my imagination gathering together. So you can all look at Robin sitting in her tent out in nature and just imagine being out there with her, being out in nature outside, getting ready to spend the evening with the moon. We have ceremony to do, and then we'll have celebrations and dancing and libations and all sorts of amazing things are going to happen tonight as we enjoy our time under the moon. I was outside around 4 a.m. last night and it was bright. I could see everything almost like it was daytime. So tonight, that's what we're all going to do together. Just imagine it. Just imagine that. So if you have a candle, I'll invite you to light one. And if not, you can just gaze on mine. You can imagine this being our campfire that we gather around as the moon is rising. And first, before the dancing and the libations, we'll enter into ceremony together. So imagine us in a circle. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Breathing in, smelling the clear autumn air, smelling the campfire, feeling each other side by side, sitting in a circle. We're all equals here. We're all community members. We're all one in this beautiful field. And we can come into a deeper Mingjue state together as we bring our attention into the center of our heads, allowing our observer to observe itself, just allowing yourself to surrender to the practice, surrender to this beautiful circle we formed. Just breathing and deepening. And noticing a deep divine light deep inside the center of your head. Just imagine this light expanding, 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 mirroring the fire that's between us, allowing your light to expand. Beautiful Mingjue love light expanding through your body, through the neck, head, shoulders, arms, and hands, all throughout your heart and lungs, deep, deep into your bones and spine, feeling the love deep, deep in Huanyan Palace throughout your organ systems, all the organ systems bathed in this beautiful healing light. Allowing your Mingjue awareness to expand through your lower abdomen, into the pelvic bowl, throughout lower dantian, down through lower back, down through your legs, connecting you to heaven and earth. And our beautiful light in this circle expands, expands. We merge as one in this circle around the fire. The light expands, merging with the entire earth, merging out with the entire solar system, connecting with all the planets, connecting with our sun, merging out, connecting, connecting. Deep, deep into the universe, merging with all Huanyan Qi, all original Qi. Becoming the oneness itself. And we merge with our Mingjue field, with all of our teachers, the sages, practitioners, those guided by unconditional love. We merge with them from all time space, our ancestors here, cheering us on, merging with those in the past, merging with those in the present, merging with those in the future. And this is a time of balancing all three, balancing our actions in reciprocity with past, present, and future. Allowing ourselves to receive, allowing ourselves to give, allowing ourselves to be lit up with Mingjue love, Mingjue peace, Mingjue happiness, Mingjue gratitude. Feeling that smile on your face. And now from this space of expansive Mingjue awareness, I'm going to lead you through 3 questions. And I'll invite you to just notice what comes through, allowing Mingjue to respond through you. No need to think or analyze or judge, just noticing whatever comes. When I ask each of these questions, and we'll hold the intention that the answer to these questions will be your guide through this dark season, the season of reflection and nourishment. First question: what are you grateful for? We'll start with gratitude. What are you grateful for? And if you have a pen and paper, you can quickly jot that down, or just trust that you'll remember what you need to remember from this transmission coming through you from our Mingjue field. Gratitude. Gratitude is our door. And when you are complete, letting that go, allowing yourself to return to the oneness, moving as Mingjue, allowing Mingjue to move through you. Second question. What is it yours to let go of? What needs to be let go of now? What are you ready for the winds of fall to blow away, to allow to compost back into the earth? This might be something that has served you well, and in seeing it go, send it off with gratitude. What are you ready to let go of? And if you wish, you can write that down or just trust you'll remember what you need to. Allowing Mingjue to talk through you, to move through you. Trusting. And when you are complete, letting that go, letting that dissolve away, coming back into the oneness, into Mingjue entirety, supported by our circle. Third question. What seeds are ready to be planted? What are the seeds that are yours to plant right now? Maybe the seeds that require that long, cold winter, the seeds that need a while to incubate, those seeds that will do the best, slipped gently into the soft, warm earth. The seeds that might not sprout tomorrow, but the seeds that will sprout in the spring. What are the intentions that you would like to plant in this fertile earth right now? For your life, for our community, for our entire world. What are your seeds to plant? And if you wish, you may jot a word or two down or just trust that you'll remember what you need from this ceremony. Breathing and allowing what needs to come through you. And when you are complete, letting that go, letting that dissolve away, offering gratitude to our circle and our ceremony here today, offering gratitude to the fire as witness, to the moon as witness, to the moon as activator, offering gratitude to our community, our connection, and the strength that we find in these gatherings that we do like this. Huan Yuan Ling To. And when you're ready, I'll invite you all to move your bodies, to start coming back into our 3D reality, opening your eyes, arriving together here around the fire. Howla, howla. So I just encourage you all to keep note of what came up and, in the least, maybe put it in a place somewhere where you won't forget about it, where you can remember. Remember what your harvest moon self received from the field at this time. And if anyone would like to share what came through, we'd be glad to witness these intentions. And if you are still kind of sitting with what came through, maybe there's no words yet to what came through, that's fine too. But I will open up the floor for sharing intentions and really anything about the harvest moon that you would like to share. It's a beautiful full moon over our heads. It should actually be rising where some of you all live, maybe. Not where I am quite yet, but yeah, maybe some of you want to run outside and take a look real quick. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Steph.
Thank you for the beautiful presentation and ceremony and just being together in community. It's so supportive. Um, a couple of weeks ago, I somehow like re-injured my neck and shoulders after I had been in a car accident in December last year, and then I did all this PT that ended about a month ago. 2 weeks later, I sort of re-injured it, and I've been struggling with a lot of pain that kind of comes and goes every day the last 2 weeks. And I've been seeing it as an opportunity to go deeper in Mingjue because it's a challenge to stay in that, you know, Mingjue space. It has been for me as I've been in pain. So I've just been looking at it as an opportunity to go deeper. And then sometimes I get these little feeling sorry for myself because it hurts and I don't want to do anything. Um, and so they're all like opportunities to practice. And I was a little surprised with that in mind that the first thing that came to mind was gratitude for like my health and my body. And in the big scheme of things, like muscle ligament issues are not a big deal. So there is so much to be thankful for. So I was really glad for that ceremony today. And it just brought up a lot of teachings that I knew but haven't been thinking that much about. Like, I've been focusing on seeing through the pain and merging my body with the field to help manage things. But what came up tonight was oh shoot. It just left. Well, I'm sure it'll come back to me. Um, it was around like not having to suffer. Just because you're in pain isn't the same as suffering. It's just a physical sensation and trying to remember that. So it also gives me a lot of compassion for people who are in chronic pain long term and people who have had to accept it as a way of life. So it feels like an opportunity for that too, and just hoping to plant the seeds for growing more compassion. So thank you.
Hola. Thank you, Steph. Just holding you in the field through this. It's hard, that chronic pain. And hola, that was also linked to your gratitude. So beautiful. Thank you. Anything else that would like to be shared? Robin.
Well, of course, I'll start with gratitude for exactly where I am sitting right now. Just today has just been unbelievable. It just, the gratitude is just overflowing. And also gratitude that I have the ability to be here and that Craig and I can share this together and just, oh, I am so grateful. Allah.
Hola. Hola. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Robin. Any other reflections from the ceremony, comments on the moon? Maybe you experienced the moon last night, or even intentions or prayers for yourself, for others, for anything.
Me again. Um, An intention for our friend Greg. These are my friends Greg and Sharon, and he suffered so much through his cancer. He fell and broke a hip last night, and he has just come out of recovery. He had a partial hip replacement today. So for Greg and Sharon, it's just so much.
For Greg and Sharon. Thank you, Robin, for sharing that. We've had them in our circle for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One more thing.
yeah, many blessings for his recovery. Thank you. Hello.
And I will say one more thing. When we were hiking down in the wind, we heard this bird noise. It was everywhere, but couldn't see anything. We didn't know what it was. We ran into a bird watcher at the bottom. She told us it was sandhill cranes. It was everywhere. It was like the music of the sandhill cranes was everywhere. And we've been channeling that to Greg and Sharon. The whole time we came down the mountain, it was magic.
Wow. They've actually been coming through to me. Maybe that needs to be a topic. Yeah, cranes, they're psychopomps, so they go between worlds.
Mm.
Um, and they're ancient birds, so they carry ancient wisdom. Yeah. Thank you.
I want to express gratitude
Oh,
for, oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, and then Karen and Gary next. Yep.
Yeah, yes. Well, it's just gratitude for the community and all of the sharing. Like Robin bringing us Mount Lawson and the cranes. It's visceral. And the photos that get shared and the stories and all of the experiences, these embodied experiences of our beautiful world. I'm really grateful for receiving the transmissions from everyone. It's just, I know it's enriching and it's quite beautiful. So thank you. Thank you everyone for bringing your hearts to all of our practices. Yeah. Hello.
Allah. Beautifully said. Thank you. Can't do it alone. It doesn't work. Steph says, I don't think it's a coincidence that I was at a fabric store picking out crane fabric today. Yeah, not a coincidence, Steph. Yeah, crane fabric. Yeah. Okay. Nature healing on cranes. All right. Go ahead, Gary. Thank you.
What came through for me in terms of grateful, I'm grateful for a lot of things, but what came to mind was I'm really grateful for this group. And I'm grateful for what you guys, bring up every week to share. And what needs to be let go of. What really hit me was that my list would be so long that I'd hyperventilate trying to get it all down. Uh, but a couple things that are really facing me is letting go of, I guess, how I am today and my attitude toward things, my method of personal interchange, my fear and my anger, and my paranoia. So I've got a lot of seeds to plant. And the third one, I wrote some stuff down, but it's immaterial at this point.
Allah. Thank you for sharing, Gary. All those things that you are letting go of, I mean, they're just so part of being human. It's so endearing. I love you for all of those things. And I'll just remind and bring it up. I was reminded of this week that all those things, that agitation, the anger, the impatience, the whatever it is, that, yeah, sure, it's not like our best self. It is showing us what we love, right? Like if you didn't love something, then there would be no reason to get angry ever, right? If you didn't love something, there would be no reason to be impatient. So just as these things transform and transmute and alchemize, rather than seeing them as going away, like you're throwing out something that's bad, I'll just invite you to see a coin and see that coin flip around, because on the other side of that coin of anger is love, right? It's always that way. So yeah, these aren't bad seeds. They're just part of being beautifully human. So bless you for that. Thank you. Yeah, and you're very welcome. Elizabeth and I love these groups. It's been such a labor of love. It's the idea for these groups was very Mingjue inspired, and it's just been reconnecting all of us to the oneness again and again and again through all these beautiful topics and shares and this devotion that we come back to every week. So thank you. Allah.
I just wanted to share. I can totally sympathize and empathize with Stephanie around this pain thing because I have a lot of spine issues and a lot of pain with that, and it's a chronic situation. And I recently saw a doctor who was very unhelpful to my situation, but it's not stopping me from looking for the right answer to my pain. And a lot of times when I practice, at the end of practice, I'm not hurting. And it doesn't happen every time, but it does happen a lot. And I think that the practice just totally helps me to deal with it and not, surrender to it, and to just, it's not going to get me because I won't let it. And also I'm so grateful for this group and for you guys. You are amazing and loving, and I love you all.
Love you too, Karen. Thank you. Allah. Yeah, it's so magic how these things that when we see doctors or whatever, these pain things, and they have all these physical reasons why everything's messed up, but then we do energy work and the pain goes away. I've also had chronic pain on and off, and also in my neck and jaw, so Hala. And it's fascinating because, yeah, we're told it's physical, but then why does it disappear?
I know,
Just-
it will totally leave my body. I will
Yeah.
not have any pain whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah,
Just-
yeah. So Hala to the mystery
Yeah.
and to whatever works. Thank you. Swan.
Just grateful, so great. The first thing it came barreling in, it was a loud voice saying, so grateful for this body so I can be here with you. If I didn't have this body, I wouldn't be here with you. And I'm just so grateful, and this was such a beautiful ceremony, and it has really started the process of lifting me out of this deep, dark abyss that I've been falling into recently. And everybody's share has lifted me in a different way, and brought me to awarenesses that, we're all on this path that has so many similarities, and we're all in it together. And Robin, I just want to come out there and see this mountain. I mean, oh my gosh, I'm just so inspired by I have goosebumps when you were sharing about, especially the cranes. I have this thing with herons and cranes, and I was looking for a tile to maybe put on the wall of a crane, because I have herons in my kitchen, and I wanted a heron in my, so herons came up, and yes, please do a nature healing on cranes. That would be so amazing. And yeah, letting go of a lot of the dark stuff. Thank you, Gary, for saying a lot of it for me already. Self-criticism, being hard on myself, letting go of all. I don't need that anymore. And I've been struggling with having some balance between my musical life and Qigong, and Qigong has been, incredible, and I've been spending most of my time with Qigong, and am I willing to let go of some of that to have more of my music? And the voice said, yeah, you could let go of that, because you're struggling with it. You're up against something that it's not moving. So just let go of it, and then see what comes in its place musically. And then when it came to seeds, it was like planting more self-love and acceptance of just where I'm at in this process, and maybe listening to people. I've had several requests wondering if I have a CD of my music, and I don't. I've had 3 failures at trying to do that, and I thought, I can plant another seed for that now, and just let it germinate and build beautiful love around the possibility, and not a have to or a pressure, but just let it grow naturally. So I just want to thank you all for this fertile ground here. It's such nourishment here, for all of this, for all of us. And I'm just really incredibly grateful to be here, to be well enough to be here, and to be with you all and love you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Haula. Yeah, when you bring forth what's inside will save you, right? So whatever you got in there, Swan. Yeah, we're here to witness. We'd love that CD. Yeah, thank you. Haula. Well, for me, family and spiritual community family came up too. That's what shone through from Mingjue in the ceremony. And what Mingjue brought through for letting go was the things I do to make myself small. Surprising. So, smallness. And the last one I'm still sitting with, I don't really get it yet. But I'll just say it out loud. The word that shot through was, as far as seeds to plant, was loneliness. And then on it blooming a little bit more, it was stillness. So yeah, something about what's there, maybe in the depths and in the dark. I don't know. I was not expecting that to come through. So you're all witnessing, and I'll just see what happens. Oh, thank you, Vivi. Vivi's just taking off and wishing us that everyone's seeds may flourish. Thanks, Vivi. Yeah, beautiful. Allah. May it be so. May it be so.
Well, I'm somewhat new to the group and I'm really grateful to be invited and included. So, and I'm also super grateful about the stream workshop that Megan got launched this morning and Elizabeth supported. And I'm already kind of like so excited about some of the things I'll discover along the way. And kind of a really fun thing is after the workshop, I went hiking in the beautiful fall colors and here at Mono Lake and up in the canyons. And oh my gosh, just the sunlight was so golden on all those golden leaves turning orange and red and the wind blowing and birds, flying over the lake. And I just feel so thankful. And then I got home and I looked and a ladybug had got trapped in the house. I have no idea how. And so I was able to go rescue the ladybug and put it on top of a hollyhock. And it just gave me the greatest happiness of the day that somehow it got in the house, but now it's returned to a happy home.
Allah. Thank you, Deanna. Welcome, Deanna. Thank you.
I'm grateful for my husband too, who doesn't want to be on camera, so I have to keep turning it off and on.
How loud, how loud to all the spouses who show up to nature healing because it's awesome. So how loud. Welcome, welcome. You don't have to be on camera, but you're included in our circle. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. I love the synchronicities, where, yeah, sure, someone would say you can't save them all, but like there's synchronicities where we can save the one. And it lights my heart up too, Deanna. Yeah. Just to be the one who saw the other fellow being in trouble and responded. That's just like, it's just such beautiful connection. Yeah. Yeah, Hala, thank you. Anything else that wants to be spoken in our last few minutes together?
I just want to give my gratitude to the beautifully human parts of ourselves that we find challenging and irksome. Gary's sharing and Suan's sharing, and I don't know, Megan mentioning the beautifully human aspect. It's so powerful. And I don't know, I feel a tenderness when those parts of ourselves come to group or anytime. There's just such a tenderness around them. And it is so beautiful to see those, I don't know, the letting go parts and the releases as they show themselves in their, I don't know, their true heart way. So thank you for sharing all the parts, and they are beautifully human. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Deanna just shared the beautiful light on the beautifully colored leaves. And remember what those leaves are. That's what the trees are letting go of, right? So much beauty. Yeah, so much beauty in everything. And that's why it's so awesome to have ourselves mirrored in these groups together because, we can feel that coming back, getting mirrored back to ourselves. Yeah, we don't have to be so hard on ourselves. Yeah, Allah. I see Shayna. I wonder if that's because there she is.
And you
Welcome.
see a shadow of Shane
Yeah,
lying in the dark.
good, perfect.
But I wanted to share a full moon moment last night because on the actual full moon night, I try to go down to the river here and do at the moonrise and sunset are approximately the same on the full moon night, and so I usually do a little smoke offering, and sometimes some friends come with me. And what was funny last night was there were some other people down there. It's kind of a park, and they were looking at us. We were like kind of rattling and drumming and singing, and they were looking at us like we were really, really strange. And I thought, what's really, really strange is that we aren't all doing this on the full moon all the time. And then it was so light out that one of the people and it was quite warm last night. We, it was dark by then, by the time we left, but it was so light out that we had dinner in her yard by moonlight. You didn't need any lights. I mean, she did light a candle. And I thought about how indigenous people, if you live outside and you experience that extraordinary time of the month when things are just light, how that changes your whole, it just changes you. So anyway, I wanted to share that.
Thank you, Shayna. Yeah, we can feel it. We can feel it from your words, that connection to the moon and that uncanny brightness when the moon is shining like it is right now. Yeah, and that connection to our ancestors, our genetic past, you can feel that connection in your bones. It's still with us today, even with our modern lights and houses and stuff. Howla. Yeah, I mean, if you can't sleep because the moon's shining, might as well dance and sing all night, right? Well, if there's nothing more to be shared, I don't know, Elizabeth, what do you think? Do we have a couple minutes of silence just to integrate all of this beautiful information okay, yeah.
Yeah. We can settle in for just a couple minutes of silence. Such beauty has been shared together tonight. I know we all feel it, and it's in the field with us, and we've all connected to the vastness of this harvest moon field. And we can allow all of the words, all of the beautiful feelings to rest, to move from this activity into the quiet. We'll just hold silence together for about a minute or two. Allow yourself to really sink into it like the little seedling that's preparing for a winter dormancy. Soften and relax. Check in with yourself and see if you want to stay resting in this silence, connected to this powerful collective harvest moon field. Resting in the gratitude, the letting go, and the planted seeds. And ending the practice whenever you're ready. Otherwise, invite your awareness into the body, noticing the breath, noticing the senses, And inviting this awareness to gaze on the seeds that we've all planted together, this invisible gaze, trusting that all of the seeds, all of the things ready to be released on the wind, trusting that they're exactly where they need to be right now, and knowing that they have the long winter ahead to settle and rest, nestled in that cozy earth, cradled and nourished. And when the timing is right, little seeds will sprout. But for now, we know they're exactly where they need to be, and we're exactly where we need to be. And we give deep gratitude for ourselves, for our community, our teachers, all healers, all wisdom traditions, and all those we've connected to and celebrated the beautiful harvest moon through all time. Thank you. We give deep gratitude for gathering together. The palms can stack over each other at the navel. Just breathing for a moment in the low belly, integrating everything we've experienced here tonight. How love and thank you. When you're ready, gently move, open the eyes.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank
All
you.
right, now it's time for dancing, singing, and libations.
Yes.
So I'll meet you all outside.
Yes. That's what we were like. We could play Van Morrison's Moon Dance.
Yeah, that's right. That's your homework.
That's what we have a little romance.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Now we'll go
Thank
in our little trailer and
you.
have dinner.
Aw.
Hey, and
Our little
Elizabeth.
camp.
Ah!
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
See you next week.
Yep.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.